Alright, I said I wasn't going to post anything on YouTube about the modding work that I've been doing. But this battle is just too cool not to share with people. Okay, so usually I play Tarth, but I've been trying to get a little sort of feeling for the other races, and or at least on the Kingdom side. I hate Empire. You can be a bad person without joining the Empire. Capitar is a good example of that. Um, this is just the tactical fruits of my labors. But this is what I really like is I've been creating a lot of changes to the weapons and stuff, so that they have a little more flair, and so that when you get a new tech, you're actually excited because you have a new weapon that adds a new layer of strategy to the game. The best example of that is what I just saw here. I didn't plan this or anything, but their spearmen have a hit chance of 32%, and I saw that and I thought that was really odd because that's a really high dodge, considering that this is just like sort of a weak level 2 unit. Let's take a look at what's going on with this guy. Alright, so now I didn't create this unit. This is the stock unit. As you can tell, it says Spearman. And for Tarth, I always set mine to like Novice Spear, because they don't see gender as much in their society. It's a if you're in the warrior caste, it doesn't matter what sex you are. Yeah, this is cool. So I changed the monk staff, and you probably can't see that because of the terrible video quality. But it's two-handed. It's +4 initiative, +5 crit chance, 12 blunt attack, and +3 dodge per level. Now that sounds overpowered, but this unit only has that weapon, and the cool thing is that really he only needs this one weapon because the dodge will help him as sort of a defense mechanic, and so you can pump out a whole bunch of these really cheap spearmen, which is exactly what the AI is doing. And so they have this sort of like monk warrior system set up in their strategy, and it's actually very effective. I was surprised. I mean, I'm attacking them with heavy cavalry, and I'm only hitting a third of the time. So when I do hit them, I'll kill one or two of them, but they get to keep on fighting. And so this is a trained unit, which means that it won't be able to crit. But having a +5 crit chance will prevent the enemy from critting on you, which is another cool thing you can add to a trained unit. Is the higher their crit chance, the lower the crit chance of every other unit in the game against them. So that's sort of like not a very transparent strategy, but once you really get into the game, you'll be able to see those sorts of nuances to choosing weapons. But anyways, also, once this guy continues to level, he's going to get some pretty huge dodge bonuses. So if you want to counter a unit like this, you have to either use a spell that increases your accuracy like per air shard or per water shard, which they haven't added to the game yet, but I'm sure they will, and if they don't, I will. But it adds a whole new layer of complexity to things. And just imagine if you decided to give this unit really high armor. That would be an even greater challenge, let's say. Don't like to use the word awesome. It's not that awesome. So, okay, this is the other great thing, is they have these novice bows, which is a unit that I created that the computer is now using, but okay, it seems like spam, but the truth is this is the exact same army setup I had when I played Tarth, and I'm almost wondering if it's not copying my actual strategy. This is the best bowman you can get. It has +2 initiative, +3 accuracy, and bloodthirsty. So basically it wants to attack the units that are already weakened, and it'll do, let's see, pierce attack is 8, and then in its own territory it gets +2 attack. So it's doing 10 pierce attack, plus 25%, which is 12.5 pierce, which is really great from just a short bow. It's a great unit to sort of put 4 in the back of your army. You can, and then this is the other thing too. When you have those in the back, and then you just have one horseman and maybe these guys up here to soak up enemy damage, you can start hitting the enemy with a pretty good rate, and sort of weaken their units. And if you play it right, you'll hit them before they ever even get to your novice bowman. My side of the field is also interesting. I've got these sort of early game heavy cavalry, and if you notice, people said it was impossible. Just a sec, excuse me. People said it was impossible to have a spear in one hand and a shield in the other, and as Lord Gia expertly pointed out, it's very possible. In fact, that was kind of the whole strategy for thousands of years. So I've added this to the game with the Roman Hasta. Basically what this is a weight 10 one-handed spear. I increased the weight because it doesn't actually weigh 10, but since you're holding it with one hand, it would be the equivalent of 10. And then they have a light shield in the other hand, so they're basically the Carthaginian skirmishers. And then they're, leather-clad because they rely on speed and flanking strategies more than total armor. Now, later in the game, I was able to get Masterwork armor, which is basically Masterwork chainmail. These guys are just pretty much invincible, but their initiative is lower compared to the rest of the units. And they actually don't have charge. They have to use all of their traits to get strength bonuses, because I've changed the strength levels in the game so that instead of getting +4 weight capacity per strength, you get +3 per strength. It has a huge impact on the game. That's also combined with the idea that if you're at 50% encumbrance, you get -4 initiative. If you're at 75, you get -8 initiative. And if you're at 100% or over, you get -12. And then over 100% is -1 move. So it's actually a really great way to manage weight, because being at just 50% encumbrance totally puts your units in the back of the field. In fact, these guys, as you can see, they're in the back of the field, and they only have 14 initiative, which doesn't really affect how many times they get attack, but it really affects how soon they can get to the front lines. Actually, also they have 28 armor, which at this stage in the game is really great. Plus, they'll do some good damage on their own. And then, they put their shield up. They have 60 armor. It's pretty sweet. Not that it has anything with modding, but I like that General Caratus, he got some special silver chain and a ward coat. He looks really nice. The art's looking great in the game. Also, I have war horses, which is a lot of. It's basically you get 60 weight capacity added to your unit. Makes you never have to worry about encumbrance again. Which is a good thing for heroes to have, a nice little bonus. They don't get enough bonuses against train units anymore. Alright. So I'm going to have to skip his turn because he can't get to the front. Now, Caratus has a ton of spells, but I've been using all my spells to enchant my city because I'm in a pretty tough war with the Tarth. They outnumber me about 4 to 1. Wail on their horsemen. Oh, I missed. See? Yeah, I turned up the dodge abilities in the game so that 1 point of dexterity is 0.66 dodge instead of 0.5 dodge. Adds a lot more dodge to the game. Basically, now you can focus on dexterity and use it as a defensive tool if you don't have any metal. A nice little option to add. Alright. So it looks like I have a hole on the right side here I can get through. If they would have had one more defender, they would have been able to plug up this hole better, but right now I have a little bit of an advantage on them. Alright. Okay, so this is the best part too, is having units on horses, these heavy cavalry. Now they're a slow initiative movement, but they're a high movement unit, which is one of my favorite things that initiative does with the game, and why I don't want initiative to change. It's so much fun to just have the little nuances of a super high initiative unit with 2 moves and a super low initiative movement or unit with 4 to 5 moves, depending on how you have your items set up for your game. Okay, so the question is where best to attack. Really, this horseman's not going to do that much damage. and he might be difficult to hit. He's got pretty good dodge himself. I think that's the shield working for him. Actually, you can't see if he has a shield. No, he doesn't have a shield, so they must have given him some good dexterity, which I think they probably did with a spell on their city. It looks like Tarth has gone for sort of a magic specialization, because that's what you'd have to do to get this monk staff. Alright. This is going to be the easiest one to pick off. Oh, wow. See, their units have a high constitution. Level 2. Yeah, Tarth has 10 constitution, but constitution matters more because I decreased the divisor and the constitution calculation, so basically each point of constitution will actually increase your constitution and allow you to survive a lot better. As you just saw here, they didn't lose any of their bow power on that first strike, which is a really good thing to have in the game. In no way are any of these units glass cannons. Although you can have the weekend conscript trait, and then you can have a really slow glass cannon army if you don't want to pay any maintenance. And I actually set it up so you pay 0 maintenance on that type of unit. Although you'd need, like, I don't know, maybe 100 of those units realistically to fight a regular army, but it would be free. So if you have infinite production power, you might think about doing that. Although I gotta say, I think I'd still beat you. What kind of... Looks like they're using lightning hammers. So yeah, they're definitely going for the magic route. They must have really good crystal shards. Yeah. One thing I haven't modded in yet is, I looked at Frogboy's video just now of the, or I should say earlier today, of those, oh, see, their archers are firing strong still. They're gonna get 4 shots. I don't know what the, AI's targeting strategy is here, because the weakest unit with the best attack is this Wargish Charger. Oh, they're going for weakest hit points, which is a mistake in this instance, because I just bought these, or I should just train these heavy cavalry, and they don't have enough hit points right now. But I mean, they're really well armored, so it's a bad idea to attack them. Although it might work out in their case. It looks like this is going to be a pretty good battle. Alright, so I only have 80% hit chance in this spearman, and I have 91%. That little 11% difference really adds some nice nuance to the game. I'm really impressed with how dodge is working at 0.66 per dexterity. Alright. You can move this guy up. Oh, I think I just blocked my cavalry again. That's gonna be a problem. Nice animation on the poison. Alright, let's watch this play out. Alright, looks like I won. Yeah, that was great because once I was able to knock out their melee and get past them, it was all downhill for these guys. Oh, they've got a... They've got more. Oh, crap. Maybe they're just trying to wear down my heavy cavalry because they know I've got 3 or 4 more battles ahead of me. Oh, and these monks have chain on, so they must be more like a crusader monk. That's actually pretty cool that they did that. Oh, wow. I like that they're using monk staffs. It's nice that the computer is intelligent enough to notice the changes I make and make their changes accordingly. Well, there's going to be a lot more longer battles, so I'll just end it here, I guess. Thanks for watching.